name?
My name is Guillermina Ozaeta.
How old are you?
I am 86 years old.
And where were you born?
I was born in Benque Viejo del Carmen.
Okay. Tell us about your experience of Hurricane Hattie.
Oh, it wasn't a very nice experience. It was, we was hearing about this hurricane from early, but we didn't know about hurricane, so we didn't pay much attention until the night when my husband said, well, we have to pack up and get ready the children because we don't know what will happen later. And we packed up and we went to sleep. At about midnight, when I feel getting wet, I was getting wet in my bed. And then my husband said, what happened? And when we look up, piece of the roof, because my house was thatch roof, and the piece of the thatch had blown off already, and the rain was coming in. And we hurried jump up, and I grabbed my children and I wrapped them up. And my husband said, well, we have to get ready. And so we get ready. I wrapped them up. I wrapped the clothes in plastic bags, and when the house had to crack up and go this side and go that side and shake this side, my husband said, better we fly out. We came out in the rain and the breeze, and it was very cold, and me and my children and my husband come out, and we sat down on a stone that we had in front of the house, and we sat down, and the breeze was just blowing, and the rain, it felt like stones, like they were stoning you because it was so strong. And all we did was we huddled, me and my husband and my two babies, and we just gave them back to the breeze. And we stood there, we sit there on that stone all night until God make morning. When it got clear in the morning, when we look around, oh, everything was clear, all the forest, all the trees was gone. And so the house, my house was gone, my kitchen was gone. The only thing that stood up was the chicken house. And the breeze was still blowing, and it was still raining, and we creep up until we get into the only thing that didn't blow away was the chicken house. And right there we went with the chickens. And my husband said, well, we will have to stay here and keep dry until the rain stopped a little bit. But we had, before we get matches and little kerosene and we prepared for anything if we need to have little water, and so we was prepared. So when we was in the chicken place, we decided to make one little fire, and we pick up little brambles and things, and so we light one fire, and we take out one pot, and we hot water, and so we made a little coffee to drink. And we stayed there in the chicken coop nearly the whole day until later when the breeze eased down. Then we get out. And when we get out, it was a disaster. The house was gone, kitchen gone. The day before, I told my husband I will make some bread, and I made the bread and tie it. But when we come out of the chicken place, I only see the bread floating on the water. Everything was wet up. Everything was a disaster. You couldn't find nothing. And so we had to stay there. And then he decided to come out. I don't know if I tell them about we be there a farm, we never be there.
You didn't tell them about that.
So my husband decided we was staying at the farm, at our farm at the Bascal Road, by the Bascal Road, and our farm is about a mile from the highway. And so my husband decided, well, I will go out and see how the roads look. And when he get out, he couldn't come out. He said it was covered with trees and sticks and everything. So he went back home and he took his axe and his machete. He get out and he went to clear up the road. And so he decided to come out. And he came to San Hill, the village of San Hill, because there is where we was living. And when he get there, he said when he went back home, he said, "Girl, thank God that our little house in San Hill is still standing, and so we could go there now. We pack up and we go back to San Hill." And that's what we did. And we came back, me and my kids, until everything was clear up. And that was how I spent the Hurricane Hattie. It was a very awful and dreadful and sad thing that I will never forget.